walked in and you ignored me, so I don't care anymore. See, I'm not lying.
12 years. 12 years of growing up and growing stronger. 144 months of learning our ABCs and our 1, 2, 3s, and then learning them again in Spanish or in French. 624 weeks of getting up early for 8:15 class. 4,380 days of homework, athletics, band, drama, choir, orchestra, scouts, and youth group. 6,307,200 minutes and 15 seconds of making friendships that will last long after we cross this stage. Now, only moments until we're the 1998 DCHS graduates. Only moments until we reap the rewards of hard work, long struggles, late nights, all that time in Lopez's classroom after school hours, all that dedication spent on athletics, all the efforts put into the arts. We haven't made this journey alone. Where would we be without the helping hands from teachers, without encouragement from Colvin, without guidance from administration, and without that extra boost from loved ones? And where would we be without our parents? Thank you, moms and dads, for lending an ear and a word of encouragement, for pushing us and giving us an example to follow. As we walk across this stage, we know that you walk with us. There comes a time when we must move on, a time to journey by ourselves, a time to stand firmly in the ground. New lands to be found, new heights to be reached, new challenges to be conquered. Yet, with each breath, we strive for the absolute best. We strive to become the ultimate. We have our dreams, our hopes. We know what we want and where we're going. We can't be stopped. We are the future. Best of luck, graduates. God bless.
the class of 1998. As I was thinking about what to speak to you about, I was reminded of several things that I have spoken about in graduations in the past. I remember Bill Cosby's words to the University of South Carolina graduating class. He stood before them and he said, "Go forth, go forth." And he says, "Go forth, get out of your parents' house and give those people some peace and quiet." Or Jeff Foxworthy, he stood at Georgia Southwestern College and he said, "Your parents have done without sleep, without a social life, and without any money for you to go on Oprah and tell the world how you screwed them up." Or I could pull out some old graduation and say, talks and say, "Hey, this is not the end of anything, this is just the beginning." And we could go on and on about that, but I decided, no, that wasn't it either. Then I could tell you that, well, you're just starting out in life. And you've got a long way to go, a lot of lessons to learn, and you don't know near as much as you think you do, but I decided that wasn't very good either. And then I could tell you, you're entering a world with a lot of problems. I mean, a lot of problems, but don't get upset about that, because where there's a lot of problems, there's a need for solutions. And where there's a need for solutions, there's great opportunity. And I could talk about that and like to talk about that, but I decided that wasn't it either. And then I realized that maybe Uncle somebody or somebody's come up to you, slapped you on the back and said, "Well, young'un, now you're ready to go into the real world. I mean, no more of this high school baby stuff. You're ready to get out there in the real world and see how it really is." And you're kind of sitting there going, yada, yada, yada. And then I could say, well, you need to set some goals for your life. You need to set some goals and you need to go after those goals. And we can talk about that, but I decided maybe that wasn't the right thing either. Then I could tell you about temptation and the evil that's out there and tell you to be careful. A lot of bad things could happen to you, but while there are bad things, that's not what we focus on, so that wouldn't be too good either. And then I could dust off the greatest graduation speech of them all, Winston Churchill's speech, as he stood in front of a group of people and said, "Never, never, never give up." And tell you not that you're going to have problems, you're going to have failures, but don't give up. And that'd make a good speech. But that's not what I want to talk to you about. So as I was sitting there late one night, I took off my speaker hat and put on my dad hat. And I began to ask myself, what would these parents sitting here, what would these teachers, what would these administrators, what would they want you to know when they left here? But yet, I said, what do I want Erin to leave here with? What do I want her to leave this day in her graduation with? And as I thought about the parents that I know, and I know so many of you because we've grown up with you, I come to realize that there is one thing that I want to tell you today, and I think I speak for every parent here. And here's my message to you. We love you. We love you with every breath we take. We love you with every fiber of our being. Maureen Holly said this. She said, "Before you were conceived, we wanted you. Before you were born, we loved you. Before you were here an hour, we would die for you. This is the miracle of love." Every mother in this room can tell you almost down to the split second of how long she was in labor with you. She can tell you everything that she went through. Most every father can tell you what it felt like, I can, as they laid you in our arms for the first time. We can tell you, if a space traveler from Mars or some galaxy came into the modern household and pulled out the video library, they would see 8 hours of uninterrupted tape of some baby laying there doing nothing. And then after 8 hours, finally rolling over and hear two people crying and laughing and hugging each other. Or 32 straight hours of watching this little kid stand up, fall down, stand up, fall down, until they took their first step. And those space travelers would have to understand that moms and dads on earth love their kids. You see, we love you, and we always will. You see, we have hopes and dreams for you. We pray that you'll go and find a career, something that will fulfill you and something that you will make a contribution to this society and to this world. We pray that you'll find a mate that will give you happiness, that you'll have a home that will bring you joy. We pray you'll give us grandchildren. so that we can send them back to you spoiled rotten. But you see, we have hopes and dreams for you. We have things that we desire for you. And let me tell you, there's not a parent here that hadn't sat alone and said, oh my gosh, I wish I hadn't have said that. What could I have done different? What could I do different? There's not a parent here that hadn't felt guilty about something we've said or something we've done or some things that we haven't done. But through it all, we loved you. And we always have loved you. And here's the thing. If you don't find that career, if you don't find that right mate, if you don't give us grandchildren, if your life is a total failure, the thing that I want you to understand is this, that we'll always love you. We'll always love you. You know, I've had the privilege of standing up here and telling you this. But now I want to give every parent here in the audience that opportunity. When I say 3, I'd like for you, parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles, to tell these graduates, we love you. 1, 2, 3. We love you. Let's try that again. We love you. Let's say that again. We love you. Say it again. We love you. Tell them we will always love them. 1, 2, 3. We will always love you. We will always love you. And let me tell you something, no matter what path life takes, no matter where you go, no matter if you're a roaring success or a failure, we will always love you. Because you see, this is the truth. Before you were conceived, we wanted you. Before you were born, we loved you. Before you were here 1 hour, we would die for you. This is the miracle of love. We love you. God bless you.
You may already be a loser. Rodney Dangerfield once received a letter bearing that statement. Obtaining such an untypical letter could dampen anybody's day. Receiving one on your graduation day would pretty much ruin it. You may already be a loser, but there's also a chance that you're not, or that you can change the outcome. No time like the present, considering that when you leave this building today, you will have one of the most valuable pieces of paper ever in your hand. That diploma will make the winner doors wide open. The diploma symbolizes much of you, of all you've done to reach where you are now. It signifies the hard work done in challenging classes, the balancing between school, activities, and work, and it's a symbol of the kind of friendships you can only find in one place, high school. Utilizing that diploma and all it symbolizes seems an incredibly good start towards taking winning steps. The experiences from 4 years of public education can only be built upon. Winners will take hold of that diploma and use it to its full extent, and even beyond. They'll take it to colleges, to work, to the armed forces, maybe even to beaches, cities, farms, museums, laboratories. The possibilities are endless and oh so attainable if being a winner is what you're looking for. As Dr. Seuss mentions in his book, Oh, the Places You'll Go, you'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers who soar to high heights. You'll find the bright places where boom bands are playing. There is fun to be done. You'll hike far and face up to your problems, whatever they are. You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98 3/4% guaranteed. So if the next time you check the mail, you find a letter proclaiming your potential losership, remember that because of what will happen later this afternoon, there's more of a possibility you are a winner.
The other afternoon, I was standing in my backyard when I saw the neighbor girl playing in her backyard. I stood there and watched her running around singing to herself and talking to her imaginary friends. It made me think back to my own childhood. I remember those carefree days when I would wake up at 10 o'clock and eat a big bowl of Cheerios while watching Big Bird and the Snuffleupagus teach me about the letter Z. I remembered running around my yard like a little heathen clad only in a pair of cut-off jean shorts. I remembered fighting pirates and aliens alongside my siblings and creating universes in my mind. I remembered these things and I began to wonder what had happened to my life. Where have days like that gone? Well, the answer to that question is quite simple. It's life in general. Time flies by, contrary to popular belief, whether or not you're having fun. The quick pace of daily life blurs days into weeks and months, then years. And before you know it, you're walking across the stage in a plastic dress with a cardboard square strapped to your head. Now, I realize that many of you think that at 18 I am way too young to be reminiscing about the good old days, but more and more often I find myself trying to recall that carefree exuberance I had as a child. Recently, the best times I've had are when I'm not acting my age, when I'm running through the sprinkler or swinging in the park or sidewalk chalking with friends. It's virtually impossible for the outside world to interfere. The problems and stresses of dealing with school, work, parents, etc. fade away for a short while I focus on these childish moments. The simple pleasures in life are what make it worth living. I'd like to share a quote with you this afternoon by Joan Didion, taken from the book Macho Meditations. What I want to tell you today is not to move into that world where you're alone with yourself and your mantra and your fitness program or whatever it is that you might use to control the world by closing it to you. I want to tell you to just live in the mess. Throw yourself into the convulsions of the world. I'm not telling you to make the world better because I don't believe progress is necessarily a part of the package. I'm just telling you to live in it, to look at it, to witness it. Try and get it. Take chances and make your own work and take pride in it. On this day when so many will be wishing us the best of luck in life and a successful life, we need to think about where we're actually heading. We have all been taught that the success of a life is measured by money and status, that a successful person can make or break someone's life with the flourish of a pen. We've been taught that a successful life is one spent changing the world. But when it comes right down to it, few people can ever reach these lofty goals, and most of us just spend our lives struggling to reach them. A successful life, in my opinion, is one where the person living it is truly happy. Seniors, live in this world and make it your own, and don't let your life pass you by. Tomorrow will always come, but today soon becomes a memory. In these short lives we are given, there is no time for hesitation. Throw yourself into life with reckless abandon. I wish you all happiness and success wherever your futures may lead you.
The year was 1985, for most of us at least. The place, kindergarten. The beginning of our educational journey. And now, 13 years later, we come to the end. And most of us will continue our education, moving on to different cities and pursuing a wide range of careers. But we all started out at the same place, kindergarten. To me, the most important thing we learned in kindergarten was our ABCs. So I have prepared a list with the help of my little friends, the letter people, that will bring back some long-lost memories of the past 4 years of high school and some a little earlier. So without further ado, I present to you Miss A. A is for At Last High School. It's about time. We had waited and anticipated for 15 years, and there we were, freshmen, at last. But now, 4 years later, we are here to say our final at last. B is for block schedule, as if high school wasn't confusing enough. In came block schedule. It lengthened our classes by 30 minutes and our lunch period by 3. C is for Channel 1. Ever since middle school, we have enjoyed countless hours of quality news programming. And now, Channel 1 is even shown after school for potential terrorist invasions. D is for driver's license. our ticket to freedom. This little piece of plastic gave us the power to do awe-inspiring things such as cruise ERP and peel out, but it also gave our parents one more privilege to revoke. E is for education, which is what we went through 4 years of high school for. A neat little invention that, if we use it properly, can change our lives. F is for freshmen. Even though we may dislike them at times, we were once wormy little pipsqueaks ourselves. And next year, we get to be freshmen all over again. G is for graduation, which is what we're doing here today, so if you came to see the circus, you're in the wrong place. H is for honors classes. These were more difficult classes designed to raise our intelligence level, or for some, they were classes designed to sleep through and wake up even more behind than you would be if you had taken the regular class. I is for internet. With its popularity increasing during our high school journey, the internet provided a great place of information and a great way to waste hours on end not doing your homework and surfing and searching and chatting and whatever else. J is for jobs. Most high school students made time for a job in order to pay for car insurance, lunch, or save up for college. Whether it was fast food or a grocery store or selling flashlights door to door, jobs were a necessary means of earning money and gaining the confidence we need to face the real world. K is for kindergarten, which is a lot like high school, only with smaller desks. There we met our first friends, read our first book by ourselves, and spent our first time in the doghouse. It was also the only grade in which a nap was not only allowed, but scheduled in the daily events. L is for lying, that which we do to cover our tracks for skipping third hour. We never lied exactly, we never skipped. M is for Mondays. Ugh, the first day of the week, on which our brains shut completely down, and we basically float in a daze through all our classes, not to be confused with Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. N is for Nintendo. We all had one of these or knew someone who did, the coolest invention of our time. From first grade to at least the 9th grade, our fingers never left the controller, not even to do algebra homework. But of course, now that we're all grown up, we don't bother with that childish stuff, do we? No. O is for opportunity period. The time in which we have the opportunity to get extra help in classes that we are struggling in, or the opportunity to drive around and around the school and show off our really cool stereos. I've never understood that. P is for parent-teacher conferences. Da-dum! The day that we all dread, the day that we wish would fall off the calendar, the day we wish we had a one-way ticket to Tahiti. Well, then we found out our grades weren't all that bad and we didn't have to take our senior advanced American government class over again. Q is for qualified. Thanks to the teachers and administrators of DCHS and our parents, we are now qualified to enter the next chapter of our lives. High school is over, and after we walk across this stage today, we enter a whole new dimension, one in which we need every last qualification we can get. And by our graduating today, we have achieved just that. Oh, sorry. R is for Ron Ream. Mr. Ream will be missed next year, and so will his lifetime supply of Jolly Ranchers. I took the liberty of calling the company the other day, and supposedly Ron has this little agreement with them. If you look really close in the back of one of those Jolly Rancher commercials, you can see him standing back there with his clipboard. Just another example of what the administration in our school will do for us. Thanks, Mr. Ream. S is for senioritis. Don't try to deny it. We've all had it at one point or another this year. We know it, our teachers know it, and our parents know it. And it seems to be contagious, so juniors, beware. T is for Taco Bell. The fastest and cheapest way to eat out in 27 minutes, and my personal favorite. U is for unique. Each individual face I see is unique. In fact, our class has got to be one of the most unique blends of people to ever go through DCHS. Every one of us has different plans, goals, and dreams, and every one of us has different and unique ways of reaching for them. But no matter how unique we are still the class of 1998, and no amount of uniqueness can change that. V is for vending machines, which have probably stolen enough quarters from me in the past 4 years to start my own Coke bottling company. But all the same, they feed us when we're desperate with the finest in stale chips. W is for woo-woo. Now, I'm not exactly sure where this came from, and I really don't care to know. But for some reason, this little phrase kept appearing on our class t-shirts, for those of you that don't understand what I'm talking about. Don't ask me why. I think Mary Dawn had something to do with it, and maybe Michaela and some other people. So I give you permission to ask them about it after the ceremony. X is for Xerox machine. All of us had to use it at one time or another during high school, and never do I remember it functioning properly. Whether it was just being stubborn or throwing up papers all over the copy room, the Xerox machine definitely had a mind of its own. Y is for youth. Even though we're approaching our 20s, we must always stay young at heart. This life goes by so fast and we only get one chance. Our youth is one memory we can cherish and hold on to forever. Unlike material possessions, youth can't be broken or lost. It stays right here. And last but not least, Z. Z is for zero, none, no more. Never again will we sit together as the class of 1998. Sure, we'll have reunions, but everybody goes their separate ways after today. And we all have the tie that ties us together is simply a date. 1 year in a lifetime of decades, and possibly a century. But all of those years and dates and times, none will be as important a milestone as this one. This is the first day of the rest of your life. Live it well. Yet don't forget the past. We will always be the class of 1998. Good luck. Thanks for the great 4 years.
As Superintendent of Dodge City, I would like to introduce the Board of Education and the administration. Eloise Curbs, President. Deborah Pennington, Vice President. Roger Burdick, Dr. R.C. Trotter, members of the Board of Education. Dr. Morris Reeves, Assistant Superintendent. Dr. David Cox, Assistant Superintendent. Richard McVeigh, Director of Personnel. Alan Cunningham, Director of Research and Development. And Dr. Dwayne Colvin, Principal of Dodge City High School. On behalf, he's worth it. On behalf of the Board of Education and the administration, the families and friends of all those of the graduates, and the community of Dodge City, I bring greetings to the class of 1998, a class that will forever be remembered and leave their mark as one that helped us all envision the future of Dodge City High School. Thank you, graduates. We're proud of you.
Before we begin, and in order to please the fire marshal, I would like for all of you to take just a moment and look around for the nearest exit. I'm not anticipating anything happening, but I'd like for you to know where that's at in case we have to leave here right away, okay? Would the 1998 graduating class please rise? Ask that you remain standing and prepare to receive your diploma here in just a little bit. Board of Education, Dr. Little, other platform guests, parents, and friends. It is with great pleasure that I present to you the 1998 graduating class of Dodge City High School. These students have met all requirements set out by the state of Kansas the Kansas State Board of Education, and the USD 443 Board of Education, and are prepared to receive their diploma at this time. Students, please prepare now to receive your diplomas. If the audience will help us just a little bit, if you'll not applaud for individual graduates, it will help us to get out of here much quicker. We would appreciate your help, and we recognize that it's very warm out there. We'll do our very best to get through this as quick as we can. Eric Michael Ackerman. Mary Ann Ackerman. Fidel Adami. Sarah Louise Albrecht. Sergio Olivas. Sally Anderson. Mary Dawn Asher. Kelly Ann Babin. Maria L. Baeza. Christopher Bales. Michelle Baker. Michaela Ann Banta. Vanessa Bohorkas. Stephanie Bulmer. Mabel M. Bordwine. Brandy Brackey. Alicia Bray. Rochelle Bunton. Please help us now, folks. Brad Burnett. Troy Burnett. Alan Bush. Jamie Corella. Casey Nicole Carson. Shane A. Chamberlain. Megan Brooke Charles. Jeffrey Christensen. Natasha Renee Clark. Colin. Tanya Colin. Victoria Lynn Combest. Matthew Combs. Blanca G. Contreras Franco. Sean Matthew Conway. Sarah L. Cooley. Kelly S. Cox. Michael T. Creamer. Rebecca Lou Crittenden. Tara Nicole Crossan. Tricia Lynn Crottinger. William Brent Cunningham. Jason Paul Cunningham. Wilbur L. Cunningham. Cleo Cushenberry III. Branko Slektovich. Nathan P. Daniels. Tila Tajima Darville. Justin Day. Michael Wayne Day. Erica Deanda. Javita Deanda. Ashley Renee Denton. Heather Ann Depperschmidt. Joan Carol Deshawn. Chastity R. Doherty. Shelley Rayanne Dressler. Laura Lynn Drosty. Jennifer Lynn Drum. Brianne Nicole Duncan. Joel Duval Felt. Aaron T. Ferguson. Renee Elizabeth Fernandez. Kylie Ann Filbert. Michelle Lee Flores. Norma Veronica Franco. Katie Cheryl Freese. Amber Dawn Gager. Brian Garbers. Fernandra J. Garcia. Sonia Garcia. Sylvia Garcia. Mayella Garbalina. Ruben Gossin. Joseph H. Geyer. Thomas Geyer. Patrick Torrance Gleason. Jason Getz. Travis C. Goff. Elena R. Gonzalez. Noe E. Gonzalez. Mike Goodwin. Jarvis Eugene Goolsby. How are you? Jeremy Grady. Larry Grady. James Thomas Grice. Edward Guernsey. James Robert Guillen. Jessica Guthrie. Say the A? No. Jeanette Gutierrez. Monica Lynn Gwaltney. Amanda Jewel Hagler. Travis Hamilton. Eddie Hamlin. Nicholas Hammanaby. Heath Hampton. Serena Hands. Brian Hargett. Katie D. Harper. Shauna Leanne Harper. Travis D. Heath. Dustin G. Heflin. You have your help, folks. Christopher N. Henning. Ryan Herman. Crystal Joy Hessman. Erin Cherie Hire. Tandy Joe Henderleiter. William Hickson. Travis Lee Holcomb. Darren Lee Holden. Michael Allen Howdyshell. Kelly Eisenbart. Joshua James Janke. Seferino Joaquin. Amy Sue Alexis Kane.
How about skip the middle name? Lee Kasonpeth?
Lee Kasonpeth. Kimberly Lynn Keck. Adam L. Kennedy. Carla K. Kenton. Joshua Lee Kinder. Matt Klein. Miles L. Klein. Jacob D. Colander. Shelley Ann Kolb. Rachel Kolsky. Cassandra Lee Conradi. Tracy Joe Conradi. Marty S. Kreisel. Ryan L. Lehman. Jeremy Lee. Chrissy S. Lee. Chad J. Lemke. Jennifer Cecilia Leyva. Justin Neil Luttrell. Joe Michael Lonberg. Alma Eric Lopez. Jose Lorenzo Lopez. Terry Lopez. Diana Lozana. Lisa Lynn. Hugo Martiguera. How are you? Dwayne Megan. Jamie Magruder. Suli Ma. Shelley Nicole Mannion. Ezekiel Moraes. Corey Martinez. Nicole Rose Masden. Kendrick May. Jesse Neal Mayhew. Catherine. Tiffany Catherine McBee. Angela Victoria McCart. Dylan Strader McCullough. Gloria S. Menchaca. Andrea Lynn McCardo. Mindy Sue Merrifield. Mindy May Merrifield. Chad William Mickey. Renee Miller. Erica Miramontes. Ree P. Michitane. Andrea Montenegro. Chance Montgomery. Shelby D. Moore. Elijah Moore. Jeffrey Wayne Moore. Amanda Claire Morgan. Andy Logan Morse. Misty Morrison. Desiree Gwen Mowry. Dylan Taylor Myers. Sarah Elizabeth Naylor. Christopher Nelson. Elena Dawn Naismith. Dung N. Nguyen. Adrian Nightingale. Marcelo Norgea. Stephanie Ann Newfer. Catherine Brooke O'Hare. Luis Ontiveros. How are you? Mark Ontiveros. Hilda R. Ortiz. Jimmy Lee Ortiz. Shannon Joy Osborne. Amanda L. Pankratz. Sandy Pentamavong. James Curtis Patton. Joshua Patton. Jamie Percival. Jared C. Peters. Ton Pham. Byron Lee Pike Jr. Eric M. Pike. Jamie Lee Poole. Robert Powell. Erica Quint. Joseph Ramirez. Timothy Rex Ramirez. Wendy Ramirez. Isaac J. Rangel. Magali Razo Ramirez. Shannon Nicole Reed. Stephanie Nicole Reynolds. Bo Ricky. George Rivera. Deborah Lynn Robb. Dustin Robin. Jill Diane Robinson. David Richard Rodriguez. Jason Ryan Rodriguez. Martin C. Rodriguez. Maria Rojas. Haley Catherine Ross. Tiffany Diane Ross. Edward Ruiz. Adrian Santa Cruz. Schaefer. Ryan C. Schaefer. Ross K. Schrader. Jeremy Ryan Schroeder. Stephanie Renee Schutte. Wayne C. Swackard. Jordan E. Scott. Andy Dank Savette. Brandon Scott Seidel. Brock Robert Seidel. Justin Boyd Schenk. Alicia Marie Slattery. April Louise Slattery. Kyle Slattery. James Mark Smith. Stephen S. Smith. Jessica Michelle Sober. Luis Solis. Gilbert M. Sosa. Jared C. Sosa. Michelle Ann Spare. David Spiegman. Jason M. Spees. Trevor Stotts. Matthew Thomas Stanley. Matthew Starks. Christy Lynn Steckline. Caleb Steinkühler. Bobby Stopka. Christian J. Stewart. Julie Lynette Tassett. Travis W. Tassett. Luciana Tellez. And Jolie? Kia and Jolie Thompson. Letitia Monique Thompson. Megan Julianne Thummel. Donald Tyson Tieperman. Brett Allen Tompkins. Nicholas James Torline. Hilda Torres. Richard Torres. Stephanie Megan Tracy. Junior Trito. Shelley Ann Unruh. Jason Vasquez. Josh Bennard. Angela Vernon. Lone Vu. Long Vu. Philip John Vosasic. Jackie A. White. Janelle Kathleen Winter. Lisa Dawn Wolf. Lisa Joy Wolf. Catrice Lachelle Woods. Robert Woolfolk. Angela Kathleen Zimmerman. Melissa Zimmerman. Yuri A. Zupancic. I would ask the crowd to please remain seated until the class has had the opportunity to march out. Would the 1998 graduating class of Dodge City High School please rise? I now declare you graduates of Dodge City High School.